The birth of writing, the world's first language. Long before books, emails, or even paper, there was mud. And from that mud, humanity carved its first voice. This is the story of how writing began and how one language gave birth to all recorded history. For tens of thousands of years, humans lived without writing. Ideas passed through spoken word, memory, and oral tradition. But as societies grew, so did complexity. How do you remember how many sheep were traded last season? Or how much grain went to the temple? Early solutions were simply marks, tokens, symbols. But these couldn't capture names, events, or laws. A new system was needed, one that could preserve meaning across time and space. Around 3100 BCE, in the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, Sumerians changed everything. They invented the world's first written language, Sumerian, inscribed in cuneiform. Cuneiform began as pictograph, simple drawings representing objects. Over time, they evolved into abstract wedges pressed into clay. This wasn't just record-keeping. This was communication preserved in permanence. The Sumerians weren't just farmers or traders, they built the foundations of urban life. They developed irrigation, established temples, and created the earliest known legal codes. Writing was born not from necessity alone, but from ambition. To govern, to worship, to tell stories. One of the earliest texts discovered is a school exercise, a child learning to write around 2900 BCE. Sumerian writing covered every aspect of life. Inventories, contracts, prayers, myths, medical notes, and even personal letters. One of the letters written reads, "Please send barley. We are starving." It is not poetry. It is not propaganda. Just a human cry over 5,000 years. Writing was power. Temples used it to track offerings. Kings used it to command armies. It became a tool of administration, religion, and identity. As cuneiform spread, it adapted to other languages, Akkadian, Hittite, Hurrian. But Sumerian itself faded as a spoken tongue by 2000 BCE, yet it remained sacred, used in schools and rituals long after. For centuries, these tablets sat silent, buried under sand and time. Only in the 19th century did scholars begin to crack the code. Deciphering Sumerian was no easy task. No Rosetta Stone existed. Only persistence, logic, and fragments of knowledge brought this language back to life. Today, our lives revolve around writing, text messages, books, contracts, tweets. But it all started with a few lines pressed into damp clay. Every word you read, every email you send, owes something to those early scribes of Sumer. They didn't just invent writing. They gave us the ability to think beyond the memento, speak across millennia.